everyone, and welcome to Habit Made. Today's video is special not only because we're gonna do this cute hot air balloon inspired wall hanging, but also because I'm happy to announce that we're gonna be launching our Habit Made merch very soon. So please check out our social media account because we're gonna open pre-orders, which I will include a very special item from my shop, Habit Made. Anyway, for this project, we're gonna use two cords. We're gonna use 4mm and 3mm cotton cord, which are both available for purchase on my social media accounts. I'm gonna introduce new patterns, so it is very important that you already know the basic. If you're new in my channel, you could watch 3 basic knots you need to learn, as I have a detailed guide there on how to do these 3 basic knots that I usually use for my projects. So prepare your materials and let's get started. For this project, we're gonna use this wooden ring. This is 9.5 inches in diameter. Please disregard these 2 cords on both sides. You just put it there so it will prevent the ring from moving. Next, cut 2 cords with 3 feet length each. Attach it on this side of your wooden ring. We're gonna do a zigzag double half hitch. Then, using the same lead cord, we're gonna do double half hitch going down. So I think this is enough. So we're gonna attach it onto the other side, and to do this, we're just also gonna do 2 lark's head knot. This is to mirror this 2 lark's head knot that we have on the other side. Since we have 2 lark's head knot on the other side, we'll also do the same thing. We're gonna do 2. So let me just keep the other cords. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get back to that later. To do this, let's just put it over again and then through. Put it behind the wood and through. Remember this process as we're gonna do a lot of this on this project. We're gonna leave these extra cords behind and we'll get back to that later. Next, cut 4 cords with 4 feet length each. This cord is 3mm. You could purchase this aqua blue cotton cord on our Instagram and Facebook page. We're still gonna do double half hitch this time. We're gonna do diamond pattern. Then, using these 4 cords, we have 1 lead cord and 3 working cords. We're gonna do the other side.
To start a new diamond, we're gonna continue making double half hitch all the way to the last cord. For this side, we just need to make sure that we pull the cords tight because we would like to create that curve effect. Okay, I think this is enough. So I'm gonna attach it again, just like what we did on the top part. So basically we have 4 lark's head knot on the left side. So we're also gonna do the same thing. As you can see, I'm just actually picking random cords as long as we have 4 lark's head knot. Then we're gonna cut 3 cords again. This is a 4 mm cotton cords with 4 feet length each. For our next pattern, we're gonna do this pyramid pattern. So to achieve this, we're just gonna do a number 4. It's like a half hitch, but we're gonna add cords as we go along. So the straight line on our number 4 is now 2 cords. So I'm gonna do this half hitch, and then I'm gonna add this cord. So now we have 3 cords as my straight line in creating this number 4. And then I'm also gonna add this working cord, moving forward with the next. So again, making this number 4. Now I have 4 cords on my straight line. Then I'm gonna include this as well, and then onto our last cord. Complete the pyramid. Now we're gonna do is to put the working cords behind, and then we're gonna leave this working cord, and I'm gonna proceed with the next one. I'm also gonna make a number 4, but this time again behind our straight line. And then I'm also gonna leave this and move forward with the next. Okay, so I'm gonna make again number 4 and through. So we just completed our first pyramid. Now we're gonna go back to our first process to create a number 4. Again, this time, the working cord is in front of the straight line. So we'll just repeat the process until we reach the other end of this wooden ring. And then the other side again. This time the working cord is behind this 4 cords. And then we're just gonna leave this working cord and proceed with the next one. Then we'll add one more. So with the size of this wooden ring, we should be able to make 4 inverted triangles. So again, we're just gonna mirror the lark's head knot that we have on the left side. So I'm just also gonna randomly pick a cord to make a lark's head knot on this side. Again, we're gonna get back to these extra cords later. We're still gonna use 4mm cotton cord. This time, we're gonna cut 16 cords with 3 feet length each. I'm gonna attach 4 cords on each section. So we have 3 sections here. So we have 16 cords. We have 2 cords on both sides. So we have 4 and then 3 fours here, 12. And then we're gonna start making square knots. Okay, before I proceed, let me set aside these extra cords. And then we're just gonna continue square knots on this first row. For the first line, we should have 8 square knots. Then we're gonna work in between for our second row. We're gonna do this twisted square knot. So basically, the outer cords will now be your inner cords and vice versa. So we're gonna do this all the way across the end. For the third row, I'm skipping these 4 cords and I'm gonna start on this side so we could follow the curved line of our wooden ring. And then for the fourth row, we should be able to have 5 twisted square knots. This is going to be our last row. Now time to attach these cords to our wooden ring, and to do this, we have to wrap this around, put this through, and then put it over and through, and then pull it tight. We're just gonna repeat this process all over our extra cords. We just have to wrap it around, then we're gonna pull it and then put it over and put it through, pull it tight. The key here is to attach these cords to our wooden ring and make sure it is aligned with your square knots. As I've mentioned, it needs to be aligned with your square knots. So don't mind the gaps that we're gonna have because we're gonna easily fill that out later. Okay, let me just remove this guide cord so I can easily attach these extra cords on this side. For any one of you who would like to slow down this process, you could always change the playback setting in YouTube. So just hit it there so you could watch my tutorial on your preferred speed. Since we still have gaps here, I decided to add another 3mm aqua blue cotton cord. So I cut 2 cords with 3 feet length each. And I'm gonna do this spiral knot. And to make this, we're just gonna do the half of square knots. So remember, when we're doing a square knot, we usually start by making this number 4 sign. So for this one, we're just gonna repeat making this number 4 sign until we see that this knot is making a spiral effect. Then once we reach our desired length, it's time to attach this again to this side of the wood. Now time to fill in these gaps with cords. So I'm gonna cut 4 mm cord with 1 foot length each. I'm gonna attach it to this wooden ring by making a cow's hitch or reverse lark's head knot. And we're done. So let me just transfer it to my table so we could fix all these extra cords. So what I usually do before I cut any item, I usually like to make another simple knot just to make sure it's extra secure. And then once we've done doing that simple knot, I'm gonna cut it and attach it or kind of hide it at the back using a glue gun. So make sure you are hiding it into something that would not be visible in front. And then I'm gonna do the same process on our aqua blue cords. So this is how the front should look like. And then I'm just gonna group these middle cords together. And then I'm gonna cut these excess cords on the sides. Since I separated the cords in the middle, now I'm gonna also fix the sides. I will not go into details of how many cords on each side because it would actually depend on the spaces that you have on your own hot air balloon. What's important is that before you proceed to this step, you already gather all your middle cords because that will serve as your parachute cord. Now it's time to make the wicker basket. So I cut 15 cords with 3 feet length each. I'm still using the aqua blue 3 mm cotton cord. So I'm just gonna make square knots on this one. So using the gathering knot, I'm gonna make another square knot so we could create this hole. So let me just transfer to my table as it's easier to work on this one. Anyway, we're gonna work on our second row. So again, we're gonna work in between. We should be able to make 7 rows of square knots. Once we're done making the 7 rows of square knots, we're just gonna close the ends by making a gathering knot. Get another cord and make your gathering knot. So I'm just gonna wrap this around 3 times. Just to make sure it's super secure, I will just make another knot in here and cut the excess. So I'm just gonna flip this inside out. Now going back to our wall hanging, I'm just gonna untangle this and then I'm gonna get 2 cords on both sides. Then I'm just gonna simply tie these 2 cords on our wicker basket. Now time to do our final touches. So I'm just going to cut these on my preferred length. Now time to put hobby doll on the wicker basket. I have a different tutorial on how to make hobby dolls or macrame doll keychain, so please check that out. Then I would just like to make sure that hobby doll is super safe and will not fall off. So I'm adding glue to it.
If you find this video helpful, please share it with me by using the hashtag HabitMade and tagging me on my social media accounts. I would love to see all your work and I really appreciate those who usually tag me and share with me their work. It gives me inspiration to do more macrame tutorials. Anyway, please share this with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. See you on my next video.